Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back into the glorious world of Fallout 4. Yes, it's just over that little hedge, you can see it, the wasteland awaits. And we are joined by a wonderful character today. Say hello to Rianu Keeves. This is the very distant cousin of Keanu Reeves, the internet's favorite wholesome boy. Keanu Reeves is not wholesome, no, Keanu Reeves is the devourer of video game worlds. This is by far the most powerful video game character ever created. You should be scared of him, as you cannot outrun him. But first, our esteemed sponsor Opera GX is back and wants me to remind you the default browsers are boring and stinky. Instead, with Opera GX you can customize keyboard sounds, background music, sounds for messing with tabs. Goodbye for now. Welcome to time. Themes, colors, make modifications to an endless quantity of custom wallpapers, and best of all, it's easy to access thanks to the Opera GX store. I even have my own theme, which you should download and use, as it will subliminally remind you to consume more lovely, refreshing tea. But wait, this free browser is smarter now, with smart AI prompts and ChatGPT to help you spend more time gaming and less time using words like some kind of word man user. And of course, when it comes to gaming, you not only get free games, but also the latest news in the GX corner. Or if you're more of a media enjoyer, then draw your eyes to the left of the screen, where you shall find Twitch, Discord, and even WhatsApp, which is brilliant, but I hear Americans for some reason don't use it. But most importantly, when gaming, Opera GX has you covered by not absorbing all of your RAM like a certain chrome-domed friend. Just look at that difference. Think about how much more dedicated RAM you can send to your Minecraft server. If you like the sound of it, then download Opera GX today with my link and use the import tool to move all of your data from your old boring browser to your new cool one. Thank you, Opera, for sponsoring, and onwards with the video. Previously in his Fallout 4 adventures, he has created an array of incredibly overpowered weapons, like the most powerful stabber. This is a weapon that defies reality. It has one of the highest DPSs in the game and is effectively some levitating rockets attached to a blade that spins so fast it has gone invisible. It's very effective. However, I could do better, and so I made the power of Yorkshire tea. This is a pipe gun, but it is a special pipe gun, because whilst it uses regular pipe gun ammunition, it converts them into nuclear bombs. Yes, that's right. It is indeed perfectly balanced. For a demonstration of this, I have found myself a mole rat. Yes, it's very dangerous, and what we can do is, oh dear, we appear to have died. Now you might have seen that weapon and gone, oh my goodness, Spiff, how on earth have you made it? What on earth are you doing? Surely you are using mods. But no, this is a weapon you can make in the base game of Fallout 4. The only problem is, it's very likely going to kill you when you use it. So whilst you could make this by exploiting the very many broken systems of Fallout 4, you probably shouldn't, because it will just blow you up. And that takes us to today's quest, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take Rianu Keeves here, and we're going to craft the most overpowered weapon in Fallout 4. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear, a weapon to defy the gods, a weapon to turn against this land, and finally show the Americans the true meaning of the pain they inflicted upon me by dumping tea into the harbor all those years ago. So with this little fireworks display, let's get off into the wilderness, I say! So first things first, what is the exploit we're going to be abusing today? Well, it is the weapon mod transfer glitch. You see, in Fallout 4, you can create customized weapons. You can take this 10mm pistol, whack on an automatic receiver, and oh, it suddenly shoots really quickly. However, what you can't do is mount the MIRV launching attachment from a mini nuke and slap it onto a pipe pistol. Except you can. And in fact, we can even add an automatic receiver into the mix to allow us to turn this gun into something even more stupid. Say hello to this! Yep, that's even better. Amazing. I love customization. Thanks, Todd. So yes, if we can put any mod onto any weapon, that allows us to break a huge amount of the codes and checks and balances that the developers have snuck into the game, and allow us to craft some truly broken weapons. Now you can pull off this exploit on console. That's what makes it so wonderful, because for our poor friends playing on Xbox and PlayStation, they don't have access to the developer console, which means that they're unable to place down a very large quantity quantity of ghost Shawns. Okay, this is actually quite terrifying. So, what's the first item we're after, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's going to be Lorenzo's artifact. So let us travel off into the wasteland to get to this location. This here is Cabbot House, ladies and gentlemen. It is quite a lovely little posh residency. It is a private area, of course, where they keep out any ruffians using, I think they're meant to be using these lovely sentry bots. Unfortunately, they've all died. These things can happen, of course. And once you arrive at the door, you simply need to riz your way past the guard, and there we go. Anyway, hello there. Take it easy, my friend. No, I'm not looking for trouble, I'm just looking for an overpowered gun. So, in order to get this incredibly overpowered weapon, we need to do a special delivery quest and find a missing package. This is a mission that can simply be abbreviated to this. So, after completing the entire questline, Jack Cabbot here is ready with a special weapon for us. The good news, what is it? Ah yes, he's activated the artifact's telekinesis effect, and what we now have is Lorenzo's artifact gun, a very special, silly little weapon that comes with the unique mod Lorenzo's artifact. This means that any bullets fired from it are affected by this weird scarabee looking thing, and we mess about with the physics. Now, Lorenzo's artifact gun is pretty cool, but it only has 8 rounds. Not exactly enough to revolutionize combat. Now I can demonstrate the current power of Lorenzo's artifact gun on this group of raiders in front of me. I can shoot them once in the torso and they get staggered a little bit. It's pretty decent, but hardly going to change the world. And on this difficulty level, yes, I will die. So we need to make this much more powerful. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a wonderful opportunity to you. I've just been speaking to Mirelurk, and he's told me that the first 15,000 people who like this video will not be getting visited by him tonight in their dreams. That's a wonderful offer, because I promise you, you definitely don't want to be visited by Mirelurk at night. This is the most powerful being in the known multiverse. So like the video and stay safe. Anyway, onwards with the madness. Right, now that we have Lorenzo's artifact weapon, we need to find a weapon to actually mount this modification to. And generally speaking, we want it to be a legendary weapon, something with a powerful modifier. Unfortunately, Fallout hands these out rather intermittently, but there is a way in which we can manipulate the system to work in our favor. Step 1 is to take yourself over to an area where legendaries spawn. The easiest location for us is the Concord Civic Access. Drop down a save out here in case you have to start again, but most importantly, put a quick save right here at the entrance. You see, Fallout has 3 types of saving: the hard saves that you can always return to, quick saves for your quick loading, and auto saves for when you enter a new area. Now what we're going to do is enter into this new area and kill all of the enemies inside. Upon us entering, the loot is locked into place, and by that I mean any legendary enemies that are inside of here, if they're going to drop, say, a legendary plank, then they will drop a legendary plank. However, the modification on that legendary is not permanently set, and is in fact only set once we murder them. Right, now none of the rad roaches we encountered were legendary, but each of them has a chance upon us entering to be a legendary rad roach, and that is what we're here to farm. Here we go, fantastic, we got ourselves a legendary rad roach. So we kill our legendary rad roach, and ooh, what is this? A poisoner's double barrel shotgun. Now this is an okay weapon, but not what we're actually interested in, but we'll be using this bad boy to demonstrate how this actual glitch works. If, for example, we did actually want a double barrel shotgun, but we didn't like the poisoner's modifier, what we can do is back on out, press escape, and load the autosave of our arrival. This means that the rad roach that we are going to kill is going to be the exact same. And we kill him and wabam, it's another double barrel shotgun. This time it's penetrating. Decent, but not for me. Of course, I don't want a double barrel shotgun, so instead of loading the autosave of us entering into this environment, we will load the quick save of before we entered. This way we will then reset all of the enemies we fight. Some of them will be legendary, some of them won't be legendary, and any items they're going to have on them will also be modified. It's a very cheesy exploit that is absolutely critical to use if you're intending to not lose your mind finding the perfect combination of weapons.
6.5 hours
Okay, we've finally done it. I've actually found the item I want. I don't even need to load the quick save in order to change the effect. This is the effect I want, and whilst it's not the perfect gun, it will do. This right here is a never-ending double-barrel shotgun. Never-ending basically means it has unlimited ammo capacity, which is pretty darn good. It means I can simply go bam, 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 bam. It's practically a fully automatic weapon. It's perfect. So with this bad boy now secured, we can head back on out into the Commonwealth and mount our unique modification onto this shotgun. Yes, our never-ending shotgun here is pretty good because it does not need to be reloaded, but we can make it oh so much better. You see, we are going to do something very special. Step 1 is to take the 2 weapons we're going to be exploiting and naming the weapon that we're going to upgrade 01, whereas the weapon that we're going to be pulling a modification from 00. Then what you're going to want to do is to take the upgrade you actually want and take it off of the actual weapon. So I've added the standard dish rather than Lorenzo's artifact. Next up, what you want to do is to scrap and modify the destroyable weapon at the same time. You basically just want to press R and E very quickly. This works on consoles as well. Then you'll get into this entertaining menu where you can scrap the item, but you're also inside of the weapon. From here, you want to be careful. We're going to press enter to scrap the item, and then everything else shall be done using the arrow keys. So we press enter, then we want to go into standard receiver by pressing the right arrow key, then press E to attach the Lorenzo artifact mod to this shotgun. Quite suspicious indeed. The shotgun now looks a little bit funny, but it has the Lorenzo's artifact added. It still fires shotgun shells, but these shotgun shells are a little bit different. Where's that raider? Where are you? I see you somewhere. Right, so now instead of shooting shotgun shells, we now shoot this. Yes, it's an instant death cannon, and it's highly effective indeed. We can blow up cars pretty much instantaneously, and any physical weapon hit by the force of this is flung a very far away. This effectively makes it the Fallout 4 equivalent of Fusro Dar. And of course, our gun fires relatively quickly. We can make this a fair bit better, however. For example, we could change the receiver on this shotgun to fire very quickly. In order to build this, I'm going to need a little bit of extra adhesive, which isn't challenging at all, but I need to level up so that I can unlock the gun nut perk. So it's time to take my wonderful murder weapon on a quick tour of the wasteland as we mop up some enemies in order to harvest some experience. Alright, bam, here we are at the National Guard training yard. Definitely gonna have some enemies here. There is, of course, a machine gun turret there. Luckily for us, our gun is pretty darn good. Into the facility we go. Alright, there we go. There's an enemy there. Oh my goodness, it's a legendary withered feral ghoul and it's dead. And it's been scattered into a bajillion pieces. Hello, you. Your legs are gonna get blown off. Wow, none of them have arms anymore. I'm sorry, friends. Oh dear. I guess I can just punch you a bit. The only challenge is working out where the loot is, because the bodies are kind of split into a million pieces. Oh, there's some enemies. There we go. Oh, a legendary withered feral ghoul. How spooky. And of course, we can just do a little bit of a VATS on emote. He has no arms, he has no legs, but he's still there. My goodness. What suffering have I caused upon you? Oh, dear. Oh, feral ghoul Roma, you're not exactly very fancy. Can I do a critical hit? I don't even know what that would look like. Okay, not much different. All right, there we go. You've been blasted. Wabam. Oh my goodness, I think his head split into 2 in that. Oh, hello, legendary glowing one. Okay, now we finally have something spicy. Okay, you're just gonna get blasted over and over again. Oh my goodness. We're just gonna remove your limbs if that's okay, sir. What do you still have? You still have an arm. Okay, not anymore. And you're gone. My goodness, that was effective.
Eventually.
Welcome back, you lovely, majestic sausages. I have taken Rianu Keeves on a glorious journey where we massacred our way across the wasteland in order to generate experience. Now I want to improve this wonderful shotgun, so we're going to do something very specific. I've finally leveled up enough where I can get the gun nut upgrade, and so we shall be whacking in an advanced receiver into this weapon. Look at it, it's now so much better. An improved rate of fire, glorious to us. Next up, we can have a full stock for some improved recoil control. Now, we're not going to modify this shotgun any further because this is British perfection. We now have much less recoil to worry about and a much higher rate of fire. But what is the most powerful weapon in the game? Well, we're going to go and try and collect it. You see, over here is a lovely vault, and inside of the vault is a weapon called the Overseer's Guardian. Normally, this weapon isn't anything too special. However, it has a modifier that allows it to shoot an extra shot. Now, when we combine this with other upgrades, like say the beam splitter, we can potentially extrapolate the amount of bullets being fired from a gun to a very silly level. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Right, now the weapon is for sale in a shop in the vault over here, which should be quite easy to get to. Oh, is there a super mutant brute nearby? There's a bloomin' suicider. Luckily, we don't have to be that accurate because we can kind of just blow people up from afar. Oh, there's a mutant hound. It's dead. This weapon is good. Oh, it is very good. Oh, a legendary super mutant brute. You're kind of spicy. Unfortunately, my shotgun is very good. Oh dear. Right, okay, I'm back. The game crashed. Who could have foreseen such a thing occurring? But we're back in the vault. Right, I've made my way over to Alexis in Vault 81, and here it is, the Overseer's Guardian. A very special rifle that shoots an additional projectile when fired. Very fancy indeed. Of course, it does cost £2,000. And there we go, fantastic. We've finally been able to buy it. We did have to sell quite a lot in order to get it, but this weapon is going to change the world. And with it secured, we can now say goodbye to this vault. We never need to come back here again, which means we could murder all of these people. Is exactly what you expect me to do, because that's exactly what I would have done in the past. But I am a changed man who would never do such a thing. Or would I? Right, back to the red rocket we go, as we're going to craft what should be, by far, the most powerful weapon in the Commonwealth. So step one, we're going to need 2 items. We need to make sure that we have crafted a beam splitter, which you can do if you have access to any laser weapon. And then next up, you need to make sure that you're able to craft the wonderful targeting computer, which in my case, I need a few more resources for, but we can go collect them shortly, for we need to make the first major upgrade. In order to do this upgrade, you're going to want to leave your mouse hovering here, as this is the... Wait, why can I hear explosions? I can hear a nuclear bomb. What the hell? What the hell is going on there? They could have attacked my Shawns. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fallout 4. The following footage you're about to witness is footage that is lost to time. This is because we had a Fallout 4 crash that was so powerful, it destroyed my entire recording software. So allow me to explain what I got up to. After taking the Overseer's Guardian back to our lovely base, what we're going to do is destroy the power of Yorkshire tea by taking the Merv launcher off of it. We then slap this Merv launcher back onto a fat man before using the scrap exploit to mount the Merv launcher onto the Overseer's Guardian. This now creates the most overpowered nuke firing weapon in the game because it fires twice. The results are very impressive indeed. Ah, look at that lovely flaming protection. And of course, this weapon needs a glorious name, and so it is the power of Yorkshire Gold. For this is the power you'll receive upon drinking Yorkshire Gold. Oh my goodness, it has burnt out my retinas. Splendid power indeed. But this weapon is purely a means for an end, because my goal is to use it to defeat a very powerful enemy, the Mirelurk Queen. We need to defeat her so that we're able to take control of the castle, as in this location is a glorious weapon that I want. Now in this footage, what I do is I fast travel over towards that area and I blow up a bunch of Mirelurks using this incredible weapon. It makes most combat very simple indeed. Anyway, we will now return to where we currently are in Fallout 4, about to face down a Mirelurk Queen. Oh, have I just summoned the Queen Mirelurk? I believe I have. Yep, there she is. Fantastic. Right, she is a perfect target for the power of Yorkshire Gold. Hello there, friend. Oh! Got to be a little bit careful with firing this. Oh my goodness. Right, hello there, Mirelurk Queen. Time for you to die! Did we even hit it? No, I think it went underground. Yep, it dodged most of my attacks. Right, let's run this way a bit. Hello there, Mirelurk Queen. There we go. This should do the trick. Splendid. Lovely jubbly. The fortress has been saved. Right, okay, after unlocking the workshop, what you want to do is to head into this room, and then you can make your way down into the castle tunnels. Now, of course, as great as our lovely nuclear bomb launcher is, I think it should be pretty obvious that firing it inside of these tunnels is a bad idea. Allow me to demonstrate. Right, fantastic. I found one of the potential items I am after, a laser musket. Oh dear. There's Sarge, lovely, a sentry bot that is going to probably try and murder us. Luckily for us, he can just be blown up. Nice and simply. Oh, and he also exploded into money. Fantastic. Thanks, Sarge. And after blowing up Sarge, we now have everything we needed, as well as a little bit of extra damage, because this laser musket, whilst it might seem like one of the worst weapons in all of Fallout history, it it's actually pretty darn good. So back out to the surface world we go. Right, with this step complete, we can now make our way back over to the lovely red rocket and craft ourselves the ultimate weapon. Right, now it's finally time for us to create the ultimate weapon, which I can although there does appear to be a raid coming our direction. Okay, well, we can deal with that the way we normally do, with a little bit of British perfection. There we go, just send everything flying. Yep, I definitely aimed some of those shots. Oh, what an explosion. Splendid. Right, we are ready to do a little bit of creation. Now, we're going to need a couple of very glorious and broken items before we begin. Namely, the power of Yorkshire Gold. We're going to be modifying it even further. And the main thing you have to make sure for this test is that you have no other weapon in your inventory. So we drop down our quick save and we get ready to destroy this weapon. Make sure to, of course, hover your mouse over where the beam focuser is located, and then perform the scrap modify glitch. Then we're going to press enter, simply press right, and mount the beam splitter to this combat shotgun. We are mounting it in the sighting category. Don't question it, I'm sure it's completely fine. There we go, we press enter to scrap, and then we simply press E to attach the beam splitter mod to this lovely weapon. With that completed, we now have a beam splitter on top of this combat shotgun. Right, now is where we're going to completely destroy the game. We're going to take this scatter-shotted laser Gatling gun and get it to shoot rockets. In order to do this, we need ourselves a missile launcher with a targeting computer. Once you have that constructed, make sure to once again, of course, have it not be equipped to the gun. And then what we're going to do is pull off this glorious exploit. However, we need to get a little bit creative here because we're aiming for the second slot on the gun. For us to pull off this exploit, we need to do scrap modify at the same time as we move our mouse in. Getting the timing right on this is a nightmare. It will take a lot of practice, and it makes this stage of the exploit impossible to pull off on console unless you've plugged in a mouse. And there we go. If you get the timing right, you move your mouse over so that it successfully has the standard sight slot selected. From here, we then once again perform the exploit by just simply scrapping the missile launcher, going on into the sights, and equipping the targeting computer. There we go. We now have a missile targeting computer and a beam splitter on this insane weapon. This is going to be my magnum opus, and so it shall be called Rianu's Triumph. Quite possibly the greatest weapon anyone is ever going to create inside of this game. Allow me to demonstrate why. I have just locked on to Sean with this missile targeting computer. From this perspective, I can now spin this bad boy up and shoot a very large amount of missiles at the boy. This weapon is now quite ridiculous indeed, because what I have managed to create is a minigun that is able to fire multiple missiles, and these missiles are split even further by the beam splitter. So one single shot of this bad boy is enough to create 8 missiles out of thin air, and of course it shoots rather quickly. We can use this to say hello to our super mutant warlord friend and just spin up this weapon and watch as he gets evaporated. Anyway, let's quickly fire that bad boy off. They're all dead. Oh dear, their body parts have gone flying. Right, now I've made my way over to the airfield, where not only do you get to look at the missing textures of the Fallout world, you also get to find yourself some relatively high level enemies. Way over there in the distance is a level 96 charred feral ghoul, whom I can lock onto the right leg of and then fire for critical hit. Let's give it a try. This is all firing missiles. My goodness. Wow. It's very effective. Oh my goodness, and the missiles are still going around. Right, you're going to die. Then there's you, and your friend is dead as well. Oh, and don't forget you. Oh no, more charred feral ghouls. Luckily I can put one shot into you, and one shot into you. That should be enough. Bam, you're dead. Then you. There's one in front of me. Luckily I can just fire this... Okay, don't fire the gun at point blank range. Right, now what we're going to do is to spawn in a worthy opponent. This opponent is Liberty Prime, who I've just accidentally dropped right onto me. The best way to deal with him is to whack some jet so that we can absolutely yeet ourselves away at a very high speed. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to run in the opposite direction from Liberty Prime because the boy is a communism death machine who literally throws mini nukes. In fact, that's exactly what he's doing. We are going to stop this before it gets out of hand by firing a near continuous perfect quantity of missiles at him. It did the job. It did the job really easily, actually. Wow, that was quite a bit of overkill on my end. But yeah, that's a dead Liberty Prime. Nice. Now, I personally personally like a challenge, so what I'm going to do is spawn in multiple Liberty Primes. And there we go, I have now spawned in 5 Liberty Primes. Right, we have used our lovely ability to get out of the range of the Liberty Primes, and now we shall destroy them all with a fiery, glorious range of missiles. And just like that, we've actually murdered every single Liberty Prime in existence. I've become death, destroyer of worlds, dispenser of missiles. I cannot be defeated. And so we get to the end of today's episode. It's been absolutely wonderful having you along for the ride, ladies and gentlemen. But all good things must come to an end, just like the Diamond City Marketplace. For this is their end, and I shall not be saving them. Goodbye, everyone. Yes, yes, splendid, glorious power. I can't even control the recoil or the game, for that matter. Whoa, it is powerful. Am I even firing? I don't know. The game is ever so slightly broken. And before everything comes to a crash, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed the show. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Fallout 4 has been broken once more. But there is an infinite combination of broken weapons that can be made with this exploit. If you've cheesed it yourself, then let me know about the incredible combinations you've made. And if you'd like to see me push this exploit even further in the future, then let me know in the comments section. Of course, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and a special thank you to the majestic sausages who make up our channel members and Patreons. Thank you very much for your funding. As always, thank you very much for watching. I'll see each and every one of you in the next one, and goodbye for now.